A stud pitcher throwing in the best hitting environment in all of baseball. It's pitcher versus ballpark. Who's going to win out? Well, I'll let you know how I'm going to play it next. I'm Mike Cardano with RotoExperts and the Fantasy Sports Network, and this is your Daily Fantasy Minute. Felix Hernandez is making his first ever start at Coors Field today, and although the six-time All-Star is having another outstanding season, he's coming off a rough start against the Diamondbacks, where he gave up 7 runs and a season-high 12 hits and 6 2/3. Combine that with the fact that he's pitching at Coors Field, along with a number of other decent pitching options today, and I sense opportunity, as this will allow you to roster one of the very best pitchers in the game at artificially depressed prices, while lower owned than normal across the industry. Now, while I would not be using him in cash games today, in tournaments, I expect that he'll be significantly lower owned than normal. And given his pedigree, I'm willing to take the Coors Field risk here, given his upside. Take into account his pathetic pitching opponent, Eddie Butler, and you'll see why Seattle is a 165 favorite today, which gives you great odds of helping you out on sites that credit you heavily for a pitcher win. Now, speaking of Eddie Butler, with Seattle facing him in Coors Field today, you're going to want to get as many Mariners bats in as possible. Now, Butler is struggling to reach 5 Ks per 9, and his 5.96 home ERA is all you need to know about him surviving the Mariners lineup. Batters are hitting .343 with a .411 WOBA against Butler at Coors, and the Mariners have already made party reservations at home plate. Now, the prices of Seattle batters are going to be inflated, so in the end, Brad Miller might end up being the only Mariner you're willing to pay up for. And if he's hitting at the top of the order rather than at the bottom, which he often does against right-handers, he's practically a must-play in all formats. In 273 plate appearances against right-handed pitching this season, Miller has a .789 OPS with 8 home runs and 10 steals. That is very nice upside for this position against one of the worst pitchers in the game in the best hitter's ballpark in the game. On an awful slate for shortstops today, Miller is my guy in all formats. Stephen Vogt's had such a tough run of it recently, but to me that creates opportunity. Now, Vogt is facing Tyler Wilson, whose 4 strikeouts in 17 innings pitched makes the Major League batter experience like hunting Cecil in a zoo. Wilson just can't strike batters out, and that's Vogt's biggest weakness. And at these prices, at this matchup, there's plenty of upside here, and I look for Vogt to have a few at-bats resembling the damage he was able to do earlier this season when he was getting some yard work in. Now, for more expert insight and extraordinary perspective on the world of daily fantasy, head on over to dailyroto.com or keep it right here on the Fantasy Sports Network. Good luck today, everyone. I'm Mike Cardano, and this has been your Daily Fantasy Minute.